And we're back for another episode. In this episode, we're going to be doing the dungeon Neverreap. And this is one of the optional level 60 dungeons, which you can unlock after you finish the main scenario. So it looks nice. I'm so happy I can play this game on max settings. It really, really is fun. Okay, so we have a cloud altar here. So talking to Canu Vanu gave us some items. Now we can take this altar. Whee! Splat. Okay, let's do this. Assuming this mob's gonna aggro, yeah. So my item level is not so bad. It's 164, so I have been spending all of my lore to upgrade my Paladin. Which means, in theory, that I'm also upgrading my Warrior and Dark Knight ahead of time. I'm struggling to keep threat off these people. I'll use my cooldown rotation. And obviously one of the perks of being a tank is I get such quick queues. My dungeon queue for getting into this dungeon was about 2.5 seconds. And it's precisely the reason why I chose to be a tank in Heavensward. And also, I do enjoy tanking. I'm not just doing it for fast queues. I played World of Warcraft for 8 years, and for about 6 of those years, I was a Paladin tank, ever since Burning Crusade. So, okay, so common sense dictates avoid the tornadoes. Guess we can pull it in here towards this treasure coffer. Just so we don't have to keep dancing around the tornado constantly. It's cool having a dungeon up in the sky, it really is. It's really awesome. Damn it. Damn it. Silly me. So we can pull them away from the tornado. Yeah, let's pull them over here. Make sure it should be okay. Maybe not. Fine then. Whatever. Whatever. Cover all the corners. I don't really have to use cooldowns. I don't know, I feel sometimes people just DPS what they like, they don't pay attention to what the tank's pulling. But then again, I'm not marking them, so it's my own fault. Okay. Right. And I haven't done this before, I haven't got the first clue what the tactics are. So I hope the group doesn't hate me for this. I'll just wait for Stone Skin. Okay. Rotate. So the same tactics as every other dungeon, just don't stand in the crap. Oh, foggy. Is this a sign of future mechanics in a future raid? What Square Enix tend to do these days is that if they introduce some unseen mechanic, then it might not seem as much on an individual boss, but then they'll put in all of them together during a raid boss. It's just to like get you used to the concept. Eek, eek, eek. Right, straight into that one. Okay, so the basics is don't stand in the stuff and it might get dark, so pay attention. Okay, and dead. Oh, I really should be using... Is any of this good for me? Nah, not really. I really should be using the Royal Authority. The only reason I switched it was because I was doing less than level 50 dungeons, so... Well done. A lot of cooldowns here just in case. Cool. Treasure coffer. Right. pulled too many. Okay. Time for a tree. I always do this thing of the second I get out of area damage, I jump or do some ability, just hit some button so that I know that it's registered on the server that I'm definitely out of it. It happens after playing so long on laggy Japanese server. I think it was only laggy because I live in the UK. 40% cooldown, it's hitting too hard. Yes, I do need more gear. But now that we're getting tons of lore and esoterics and stuff, I'll be upgrading very, very soon. I'll probably buy the gloves after this. Eek. Rip. We're obviously gonna wait for the healer before we pull the second boss. Okay. Just take a moment to admire this scenery. Just admire everything about this game. It's just nuts. It is a modern MMO. Let's be honest about it. Like, I haven't seen an MMO look this beautiful before. And I'm sure in the future they'll get even better, but for now this is the best. Okay, let's go. Again, no idea what the tactics are, just tank spank. Don't stand in the stuff is the basics, and then we'll take the rest from there. We'll take cooldowns. Idea what that means. I don't understand what happened, but whatever. What are these totems for? I may watch a video at some point, understand what these tokens actually do. Oh, I see, I see. So if he does that and to the totems, he'll bring some to life. That makes sense. But otherwise they're not immediately dangerous. Eek. Well, we survived by very, very close margin. But then again, I mean, the white mage would have had benediction available if it was needed, so he must have felt that we were fine. Nice, nice, nice. Haven't been in a watery area since Brayflox, I guess. So, what do you guys think of Neverreap? Did you enjoy it first time you did it? I'm assuming it was obviously a lot harder when people were probably getting through this after the first couple of days of the expansion with no gear. But I took my sweet time getting here and I regret nothing. You're fine even if I'm 1 week behind on esoterics, so what? I've loved every minute of this expansion and I'm going to keep loving it. Now we're going to kill some divine Dalamel. Wonder if they drop the skins for us to craft. Okay, almost dead. There we go. I have noticed that these dungeons have got way more treasure coffers than some of the old ones. I find it's important to spam flash when you have people using flare and holy and stuff like that. Cool. There we go. Looks like the last boss. Ew. Whee! Splat. Okay, guess we're missing the summoner. There he comes. That was a fun dungeon. We got here in 20 minutes. And we will see what this boss is like. Lol. So, in answer to the question, can you die by jumping off the edge? The answer is yes, you can. So we will really avoid all abilities to make sure we don't get thrown off the edge. Okay, come on. So it only really does real-time tracking when it's quite close. Whee! Splat. Okay. So obviously we're going to wait for buffs. There's a black mage now. Am I being trolled or what? So it's going to turn into a 25-minute run just because people can't stand still. Okay, let's do this. Standing a bit away from the edge in case there's any slight knockbacks. That's the ability I've got. I've got Tempered Will. That can stop me being pushed back. Actually, while he's got a tornado around him, we'll better to stay away. I mean, I'm assuming. Okay, so there is a knockback, but you have all the room to absorb it. Tornado, let's avoid that. Another tornado. They're killing any ads ASAP. Okay, so it doesn't knock back with that thing, but you do take damage from it. Okay, and again, gather near him so the knockback will push us into the rest of the room. We won't fall off. Double tornado, so be careful. I'm sure people at this point have done this dungeon and the other dungeon a billion times. But whatever. It's the first time for me. I can enjoy it. And if every day I have to do either this one or the other dungeon, like just once, to get all the esoterics for the week, so be it. It really doesn't take long. That was barely half an hour, not even that. Okay, so 40 lore, 40 esoterics. Let's give the healer commendation. Don't need that. Don't need that. So yeah, fun run. Thank you all. Let's get out of here. Right, so what we're now going to do is we're going to return to Oxondu. We're going to finish the quest and just finish any story related to this dungeon. Okay. Let's go. So here is Canu Vanu. So, Neverling wears a triumphant look of one who weathers a storm. You're returned from Neverreap with Waukkeon scale, yes? This Sonu knows. So we're going to hand over the scale. It says, a rounded scale of a giant breed of Sanuwa, known as Waukkeons. The Canu Vanu have found their oval shape suited for the creation of tribal masks. Neverling bears the scale, and it is a mighty one indeed. Fashion a mask from this, and Zondu Chief will command the authority of a furious storm of lightning. But that is not all Neverling accomplishes, no. Neverling chases the cruel Vondu from Neverreap, returns halcyon winds to our sacred land. We Zondu are not like our cruel Vondu brothers. Gentle like a spring breeze, we welcome Neverlings with open wings. Zonu's heart is warmed by the gentle sunlight of your friendship. Promise us that you will remain a friend of the Zondu for the many seasons to come. Yep, of course. So that's complete. So, yeah. So that's the Neverreap optional dungeon done. Let's see. So you can see Expert is now available, but in order to take advantage of Expert and get a bonus of 60 lore and 35 esoterics in each day, we need to do the other optional dungeon, which I will unlock in the next episode. So anyway guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and as always, goodbye from me and goodbye from Mithrie.